Hi, welcome to my channel. Sorry, I'm not a professional creator, and you're gonna find that out real quick. But I've been doing this for a little over a year and a half now as merch on demand with Redbubble and Amazon. And I'm here to talk to you about which one is better, or as I'd rather say, is just which one is better for you. And that's just something you're gonna have to decide. But I'm gonna take you down the path I've gone down. Let's start with Redbubble, since I feel like nobody's ever heard of it, and that's one of the cons. Everybody's heard of Amazon, everybody has an account or uses Amazon, but Redbubble, what the heck is that? Maybe you've heard of it because you're here now looking at this, trying to find out which is better. Now, the pros to both of these is that they're completely free. Now, let's try to go through the pros first with Redbubble. Redbubble, first of all, you just have to create an account. Okay, you create an account and you just get started. You start uploading and and just making stuff. And it's awesome. And it's like there's hardly any restrictions too. Look, I got this on 67 products. This is actually my girlfriend's design, Chronic Universe. Go look her up on TikTok, YouTube, Clapper. This is one of my favorite designs that she made that wasn't like video worthy. But I was like, oh, that is really cool. You put it on mouse pads, backpacks, hats, phone cases, bath mats. It's just make just some frames, an apron, stickers. I mean, Redbubble just right away you can just start putting your designs on lots of stuff. Got a laptop sleeve, another print, tapestry or blanket, even a duvet. I mean, a zipper pouch, uh, a throw blanket. I actually have one myself, one of her designs. I mean, it's just here's a spiral notebook. I will let you know that those are smaller. Check the measurements. They're not like a full size notebook. They're kind of like a smaller, kind of like diary size, or just, but it's still pretty cool. Now, so that's a good thing. And why is that a good thing? Because with Amazon, first of all, with Amazon, you have to apply for an account. You have to basically ask permission. Can I please join you? Whereas Redbubble just says, yeah, go ahead, just create an account. Go ahead, start uploading all your stuff. Amazon, you have to kind of like write a application letter, and I will tell you with Amazon, what you're going to do as far as convincing them is basically tell them you already have customers that are wanting to buy your product. That's going to be their big convincer. It's like, hey, I have a bowling league and we want shirts. Hey, I have a poker league and we want some hats. We want, you have to convince them, like, I already got customers. Okay. All I need is for you to let me sell on your site. And they'll be like, yeah, no problem. Other than that, if you're just like, hey, I'm just, goofing around. I want to see if my designs will sell, that may not work. Maybe you're a content creator and you want to put your brand on some stuff and sell it. This is merch on demand. Another thing I want to tell you with Amazon, well, first of all, Redbubble, just look up Redbubble. You just get going. You create an account. Amazon, on the other hand, you're gonna either one you're going to want to have like a good catchy business name. I'll say, even though with Amazon you can have multiple brand names. Let's just say that. Like, I got my poker league, I got my girlfriend's brand, I got my own brand of stuff on items on Amazon, and you want to kind of make it unique where it's um, fine. It's searchable by your friends and family, or whoever you want to have them search. You want to make it unique. Keywords are important, as everybody knows when you're putting it in your description. So, but here's the thing with Amazon: even once you get it approved, you're only going to be limited to one thing, one design, and one item. Like, so, if you want to put your stuff on shirts, choose like the basic shirt. Even though I will say there's kind of like a couple. Let's kind of upload something here. I'll choose one of my old ones. This one I haven't even sold anything with. Uh, Actually, this is the back of the shirt. So you want to choose maybe a standard shirt or a premium shirt. Ignore this value graphic. That one's actually for the UK. Unless you're in the UK, then cool. We got V-necks, tank tops, long sleeve shirt, raglans, sweatshirts, comfort. This comfort ones are kind of new to me. Crop tops and performance hoodie. I actually just got approved for performance hoodie and hats and visors. Those are new for me. Even tumblers, ceramic mug, and water bottle. I only got approved like a couple months ago. So that's the other thing with Amazon, kind of a con is like having to wait to get approved for all this stuff. Whereas Redbubble, I could just upload one thing, one piece of art, and put it on hundreds of things. I wasn't even the stuff you saw on Redbubble there, the 67 items. That wasn't even everything they had to offer. There were some things I just said no to. But with Amazon, it's almost like, please, can I? Okay, and let me show you a little more what you can do with Amazon. You can move your logo around. You can shrink it down if you just want to like put it over the breast pocket area. You know, there's none of these shirts have pockets. Even though I desperately am trying to get approved for polo shirts. And I will say this: you won't. You don't. When I say approved, they call it qualifying accounts, and I won't even know what I'm qualified for. Or I'm sorry, well, yeah, that, or how to get qualified. What do I need? Obviously, if you sell a lot, then you're going to get approved quicker. And let's bring that back to my other thing with Amazon is, like I said, at first, it's going to say one product here. Like, see, right now I can do 3 of 3. I mean, 3, and I've already done them for today. And this is really the third tier. Tier 1, you're just going to be like one thing, and you're going to be allowed 3 designs. Right now, I'm allowed 25, but there's a tier between this called Tier 10. And so at Tier 10, you'll be able to still just do, I think it's one item per day, one product, but you can do up to 10 designs. In the beginning, I think you're limited to 3 designs, but you can keep uploading every day, one item at a time. That's why I say it's important to do something that's going to sell right away, like choose the standard shirt if that's what you need. Do the thing that you need that you know it's going to sell. Because if it sells enough, Amazon, first of all, will do this thing called auto upload, which you see this thing right down here. This is one of my more popular shirts I've sold, and I haven't even sold that many. This isn't like a big brag, but this is my more sold items that I've had. And it auto uploaded, like without asking me. It just uploaded to other shirt designs, and it's not like it'll do everything. It will basically start with stuff that's in the U.S. and basically just clothing products, not like, well, sometimes I think it'll do ceramic mugs and water bottles. I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyway, so that's cool. If you get something that starts selling, and which, by the way, you yourself on your account, you can buy your own stuff and get the ball rolling quicker to upload more items, more products. You can do that. Get your friends to do it, even better. Make sure they leave some good feedback. Uh, Now, Redbubble is going to be a struggle because, first of all, their items are typically more expensive and they charge for shipping. I've never seen free shipping with them ever. You know, with Amazon, you oftentimes are dealing with Prime members, or you can still get free shipping even if you're not a Prime member. I do that. I've gotten some that show up the very next day without even being a Prime member, and that's merch on demand. That means it got printed. I mean, I'm in the Phoenix area, so it got printed and mailed to me, and I got it the next day. And typically it's 2 or 3 days, but I got lucky one time. I got one thing the following day. Now let's talk numbers real quick. I will say this: Redbubble sucks when it comes to payment. First of all, they have the whole threshold thing, which I think most platforms do, and so this is no different. You're going to have to reach a $20 threshold before you can cash anything out. Amazon, not like that. You make money, I think there's like they'll calculate everything for like a week, and then they'll just cash it out to you. They'll send it to your bank account that you got set up. They are not going to hold on to your money. You only you get $3 in royalties. They will send you that $3 the next week. But Redbubble, man, I sold probably nearly $300 or at least a couple $100 worth of stuff in over a year. And I just want to show you, here's my earnings right here. This was like, I think this was from 1 month where my girlfriend was buying her own stuff. The other thing is too is like with Redbubble, when I buy my own stuff, it doesn't help. I don't even get a discount. I took advantage of sales, but I never got anything back. I never saw like the commission, the total artist margin. I didn't get that. And look at this. There's the margin. I should have made $30, but they get half. That's why it's free to sign up and start creating. They get half of your commission. And then excessive markup fees, that's where I took some things and like really jacked up the price. It was basically like stickers. And I have a reason for that, but they took half of that. So here's out of the $30, total fees $22, leaving me with $8.44. This was just like one of my better months, and you see the total sales was 114, almost $115, and I'm going to get $8 out of that. Now, royalty fees at Amazon are not like awesomely great, but at least you're not going to see this kind of stuff like Redbubble, where it's like they take a bunch of fees. It's kind of like already incorporated in the prices. And with Amazon, you can adjust the price. Let's see if we can kind of show you here. Let's take a premium shirt. You can adjust the price in the different countries. Oh, of course, I click on the value. I click on the premium. I don't know. It says add marketplace. I missed the price somewhere. Okay, here we go. Here's the basic shirt. Here's the royalty, $19 shirt, $2.07. I can go change that to $28, and it'll be $5.77 that I get. It kind of seemed like not that much more. But see, that what you see there is exactly what you're going to get. It's not like, oh, $4 royalty, and then Amazon takes $2.33. They don't take half of that. It's already incorporated into the price. That the It's already there. So if anything, it's just out of sight, out of mind sort of thing, where you're thinking, um, you don't have to think I'm going to only get half of this. Whereas Redbubble, you do. You have to think, and you can see the price, and but then it's going to be like they're going to take half. Amazon, don't have to worry about that. Now, let's see, what are some pros and cons? First of all, pros that everybody knows about Amazon. Very few people know about Redbubble. If any, ask somebody, ask your friend, hey, you ever heard of Redbubble? They got some cool clothing designs. And they'll probably be like, what's that? Now, here's another thing. So yeah, Redbubble, there's no free shipping. They're typically a little more expensive. You have to really take advantage of these sales. They're like 30% off. See, it's 30% off just to get some of these things down to Amazon price level, maybe even a little below. Oh, skull foggy. Let's see what else. I am gonna say this too. As far as like who's better, first of all, no, I'm going to say one other thing that kind of has to do with creators on YouTube like this that are talking about merch on demand. Be very careful, okay? Because I have not made a lot of money on this. Okay, I've made money, especially on Redbubble. Me and my girlfriend are like the only customers and one friend who bought one shirt. That kind of shows you their popularity in a year and a half. And that's including, like, I've advertised this. I've advertised on TikTok. I've advertised in my poker group to go buy some things. And they just haven't. They bought from Amazon, though. I have sold some things from Amazon. to people other than me, myself, and even my poker group. I even had my most recent sale was from the UK. It was actually my first overseas sale on Amazon. So ultimately, I'm going to go with Amazon, but like I said, they don't put their products on models. There's only like one like picture of a shirt, and that's it. They don't show it on multiple angles. They don't have it on a model or anything like that. Um, it's also really hard to get your product advertised and out there for either one. But it's just like if people search your thing, you better make sure it's a very unique item, and that's another thing that YouTube vloggers and TikTok vloggers will talk about, and they'll convince you that AI can help you. And yeah, it does. It does help. Do some research. One, I'm going to share with you like a little story. Everybody's familiar with like the 6'7", right? Okay, I made a 6'7" design shirt. I'm the only one that ever bought it. I've actually taken it off my Amazon. But the thing is, I followed like somebody on YouTube that says, hey, this is a trending thing, and it was, and maybe it's died down. Obviously, it has in mid 2026. Don't hear much about it anymore, but they showed their numbers as far as like if you get this T-shirt fella, what do they call it, Chrome extension. This where I normally wouldn't see this green background. All this here, you wouldn't normally see all this. You would just have like your color choices and then go with the prices. You wouldn't see this green box. Okay. And even when we're on the dashboard, there's like this extra dashboard. I don't really mess with this a lot, but this, see, it says winners here at the end. It will tell me like which of my shirts and stuff have sold the most or the best in what years. But even if you're on regular Amazon, it'll show you like a popularity and niche score for things. I highly recommend getting this extension to help you. But here's the thing. So the person showed this. It would show like even how many sales there were, and they sold thousands of this. It was like a Christmas themed 6'7" with Santa Claus, and that they sold 1,700 of these shirts. I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, just in that month alone, it's like, cool. So I'll make one. I made like this really weird looking 6'7". I thought I hoped it would catch on. And I didn't sell a single one except for the one I bought myself. Now, the thing is I feel like a lot of the YouTubers are kind of catfishing you in a way, saying, look, here's how much I sold. You can too. And, YouTube has cracked down on people, saying, look, you have to put a disclaimer saying you can't guarantee the same results as you have or anybody has. So, yeah, I'm being straightforward and honest with you. I have not made that much money off of this stuff. Okay. I've been lucky to make, I bet my royalties come somewhere around the amount of like $60 or $80 in a year and a half, just in royalties, not sales, royalties, like how much I've made from selling some merch. Now you could go, hey, you didn't do the research and put out a really good shirt. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is people aren't really think of yourself as your customer. Do you go looking for shirts, or if you do, you're not just death scrolling looking at all sorts of shirts. And if you're doing it on Amazon, the search for them is just going to be so tedious if you're looking for these merch on demand shirts, because first of all, these shirts are not going to be high ranking shirts at the top of list unless it's very specific about what somebody's looking for. But even like my brand here, Arcadia Poker, even if you type that into your Amazon search bar, I bet you these items are not going to show up at the top. Maybe I'd be happy if they did, but there's other things that are called Arcadia. There's other things with poker. You're going to see poker chips before you see my chips. In fact, there might even be a brand called Arcadia Poker Chips, and that's going to come up first. And So it's really going to be hard for people to actually find your items unless you're specifically selling to a group of people that are looking for your items. That's the problem. And that's the problem on either one. First of all, people hardly even know about Redbubble, right? So they're not going to be looking. But I highly recommend Redbubble if you're looking for some stuff that's very unique and also isn't worried about trademark and copyrights because they don't. You upload something, I'm not sure, but I would assume since they're allowing that, they would just let you get in trouble for whatever you did, and they'd be like, "Hey, we didn't design it. We're just a platform that let them upload their designs." Whereas Amazon, which I don't know if I touched base on this yet, but I have a design that I just uploaded today, and it's under review. See, and I'm not sure what is under review. It's actually my second time uploading this, but I changed my brand name, and maybe there's something in the description, or maybe they don't like the word splatter and skull in the same description. Even though I'm pretty sure that I had that in the first one, I had no problem. But that's the thing, kind of cool thing about Amazon, but also kind of frustrating because I uploaded this like 7 hours ago, and it's still under review. Probably they're probably just waiting for somebody to actually look at it and make sure it's okay and it's cool. But if I had some keywords that flagged Amazon to say, "Hey, hold this, don't publish it yet," and then here we are. I'm waiting for this to get approved. Yeah, so that's it. I don't know what to tell you. That's pretty much it. You have to decide what's for you, but I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to let you know it's very hard to make money on this consistently, but maybe you'll catch a lucky break with something that's trending, a key phrase, a joke, a meme, and be able to put it on a shirt. Try not to infringe on copyright or trademarks. And if you think it is going to infringe, then go to Redbubble. They don't care. Or do a lot like I do. Do Redbubble and Amazon because they're both free, and it's like you only got time that you might be wasting. And if something sells, it sells. It's just a little more income for you, and hopefully you can. Beyond that, there is I should mention that Redbubble does have a limit of 100 designs. And I don't mean products, I mean designs. You can create 100 designs, put them on 100 different products, and you got yourself 10,000 things that you could potentially sell. So knock yourself out. Amazon, you're going to have to take your time with and be very choosy. You want to choose stuff that sells and only put those things. And that'll be frustrating because you feel like you have a thing that you're like, this should sell. Why isn't it selling? And it'll be frustrating. You just have to be patient and hope that it does. So that's all I got for you. If you got any questions or if you want to check out my items or my girlfriend's Chronic Universe, this is, by the way, one of them, FCKD, which is chronic kidney disease. That's what my girlfriend has. And so if you want to show some love, some support, we'd really appreciate it. I thought this was a pretty clever design. And yeah, I used AI to design it, but it's here to help, right? It's still my idea, and I just needed help with creating a cool design. Um, yeah, that's it. Good luck to everybody out there.